What's Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's endgame? Pair's new tactic sparks chaos for King. Greetings from royal family lid on my channel. Meghan Markle, or Markle as I like to call her when thinking about narcissists, seems to be the driving force behind the recent attempts by the Sussex family to reclaim their place in the royal family. This is just the most recent in a long string of stories about the Sussexes that Harry and Meghan would not be welcome at the royals' Sandringham Christmas. Although the pair stated that they would accept an invitation to attend Sandringham with the royal family if one were extended to them, I don't think the family will extend this year's invitation to them. If William and Kate or even a queen showed up, there's no way they would. Thank you. Please share my video. It all seems like a very familiar story with fingers firmly pointed at it coming from the Sussex camp, especially when you factor in the rumors about whether or not Harry and Meghan were invited to Charles's 75th birthday party or about private information that was leaked regarding a pre-recorded video greeting sent to the king on his birthday. But why now following all of the slander? If it's not the pair criticizing William and Kate on Oprah, it's biased stories that show up in the Telegraph or disparaging remarks made by OMG on their behalf. Despite Scopey's and the Sussexes' denials, it is difficult to accept that he is the couple's spokesperson given the material at hand. It's obvious that Scopey and Harry have remained close over the years. In addition to co-writing the biography of the couple, Finding Freedom, he was a frequent public speaker who refuted or contradicted reports that appeared to be on the Sussexes' behalf. He didn't let go of that intimacy until the publication of his most recent book, Endgame. Released on November 28, Endgame tells the story of William ignoring Harry's communications on the day the late Queen passed away, asking him how he was going to get to Scotland. It also describes how Charles instructed him to travel without Meghan on his own. According to others, Scopey could not have learned such personal information unless the Sussexes themselves had shared it with him. But before that, Scopey wasn't exactly a stalker in Sussex. His ships at publications in London in the mid to late 2000s were when I first became aware of him. We met frequently on the party circuit, where he was always very kind but had a reputation among hackers for being rather sleazy and cunning, perhaps even showing early signs of Markle himself. The young Iranian man was pretty and looked to be unsatisfied with himself. I have to admit that at the time, I felt terrible for him. I remember the fervor that filled him when he talked about his infatuation with Japanese culture and comics. I can't help but believe that's where he got the idea for his most recent appearance. Having a reputation for being a vicious social climber, he methodically made his way through the important people at Soho House and other exclusive member clubs until he found what he was looking for. It's well known in journalism circles how he wangled his way into the position of biographer and spokesperson for the Sussexes, a mouth that proved to be quite useful. Maybe later on, more on it. I believe the Sussexes believed they would be extremely successful by the time Scopey wrote Endgame when it was first published. However, that is untrue because they haven't accomplished anything noteworthy in a year. The self-titled Netflix documentary on Harry and Meghan debuted in December of last year. Since then, executive Bill Simmons has referred to them as grifters, and they have missed out on a potential $20 million Spotify deal. Additionally, Netflix canceled the development of Meghan's animated series Pearl. There aren't any fresh projects in the works despite the couple's April signing with talent agency WME, and they are clearly having trouble breaking through in Hollywood. After severing ties with Scopey and Endgame, the Sussexes now appear committed to re-entering the royal family. However, why now after years of attempting to dismantle them? Do they lack funds, or have they realized at last that being a royal is their one unique selling point? The only reason the Sussexes are so determined to win back the trust of the company, in my opinion, is because they have realized they must maintain their royal connection when everything else has failed. However, I find it strange to think that the royal family will accept their return and let the past go. Who is to blame for them? The royal family is walking extremely close to the edge, denying something that the Sussexes have previously declared or neglecting them on significant occasions like Christmas and birthdays might prove to be disastrous for the palace's communications. They have a difficult game to play. The royal family will only consent to the Sussexes' return if it means avoiding the absurd media circus that surrounds their very noticeable and awkward rivalry. There will be a situation akin to keep your friends close and your enemies closer to quell their criticism and safeguard the family's remaining reputation. The Sussexes' current plan seems to be to shift course and compel themselves to re-enter the fold whether the royal family approves or not. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. With more than 20 years of experience, Nathan K. works as a freelance journalist. He has contributed to prestigious magazines like OK, CNN, The Express, Mail Online, and The Mail on Sunday. He has shared several exclusive details on the narrowing of the monarchy, Kate's charitable endeavors, the Wallaces' wedding plans, and more. In addition, Nathan holds a postgraduate degree in psychological therapies from Queen Mary University in London, which would put him in a better position than most people to recognize a narcissist.